Welcome to SVG-TV News on Wednesday, January 10th, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The Public Service Union says it stands ready to hold discussion with the government on the way forward in relation to pension for the country's public servants. A president of the PSU, Errol Boucher, made this clear to SVG-TV News while speaking in relation to the issue of pension reform and the union's proposal for the way forward. Boucher says the union is concerned about the social security of its members and is making itself available to hold discussions with the government on the way forward.
We are awaiting them because it is expected that we will be engaged in the discussion regarding whatever the changes are. So whenever they are ready for the discussion what the proposals are, we have seen some of the proposals. And clearly I expect that the government would look at the numbers for all of the different proposals. But we are ready to engage in the discussions because we are clear in our mind where we need to go. And again, like I say, we have to be careful that the public servant is not left in a situation where they retire in poverty or semi-poverty.
Lawyer K. Bacchus Batiste is questioning the circulation of emails purportedly from fashion model Yugi Farrell, who is at the center of a controversy here after she was sent by the court for a 2-week evaluation at the mental health facility. During the last few days, several emails allegedly written by the fashion model have been in circulation on social media. However, according to Bacchus Batiste, there seems to be a deliberate effort to circulate the emails, which may be a breach of the cybercrime laws.
What proof do we have that these emails came from her and that they have not been altered? That's another concern of mine. Anybody can do anything, and to suit their purpose, they can probably add or subtract, things to these emails. I am not sure where they emanate from. Now, doesn't that breach the cybercrime laws? If that is the case, because they are actually disseminating things that may slander this girl. So I am concerned about that also.
Bacchus Batiste said it is important that the 22-year-old Otley Hall resident get the necessary help instead of being ridiculed.
And what has been going on in the world today, we have to be very suspicious about these things. Why now? Because if they were dated, we don't even know when they were dated. There are more questions than answers.
Farrell was sent for observation for 2 weeks to the mental health institution by the magistrate court after she pleaded not guilty to using obscene language on Karen Duncan Gonzalez, the wife of Finance Minister Camelo Gonzalez. A fully operational cybercrime unit may soon be established here. Speaking on the issue of cybercrime on the WFM on Tuesday, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonzalez said while there are specific persons here addressing cases of cybercrime, there is no full-time unit which may be needed in the country.
There are persons, but not a full unit. They're persons who are trained clearly, and the matters will go to them. But they're within like the major crimes unit, or they may be attached to telecoms in the police force and so on. But you're quite right about a dedicated unit. At least I think so.
The Prime Minister said persons here are beginning to embrace the cybercrime law, though it was first met with some criticisms.
The law provides protections for people, as all laws in our society. Ebenezer Joshua used to say on the platforms, I remember as a little boy, I could hear him saying, law is right reason, that the lawyers know the sections. And he quoted Aristotle about law is right reason. Of course, every now and again, the the law might act as though it's an ass, but there are always correctives, you know, and there may be a legal provision here or there which needs refinement or repeal, and Parliament would act. That is how civilized societies do things. But what happens is this, and I always tell people, what they love when the shoe is on one foot, when it goes on the other foot, and it's squeezing them the ball.
With a focused outlook for 2018, PM Gonzalez on radio on Tuesday said he has been engaged in several meetings to finalize agreements to strengthen his government policies. The Prime Minister noted that he had meetings with representatives of the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, and the Leeward Islands Air Travel Liat as it relates to the restructuring of the airline. The leader of this country also announced that he had meetings with the high ranks of the police force and underscores his initiative on medical marijuana to bring employment to Vincentians.
But it was a very fruitful meeting where they would discuss matters within the police force, the overall strategy in fighting crime, the accompanying work plan, reforms inside of the police force itself. Very good discussion, seeking to drive from very early this year a number of the big public policy issues. You will notice also that we unveiled the proposal, which I'm hoping will come to Parliament for legislative action before the end of March, the matter of decriminalizing medical marijuana, and see if we can build this industry to create wealth and jobs.
As it relates to air service, the Prime Minister said SVG may soon have its home-based airline, noting that he was expecting to meet with some investors on the matter today.
I'm receiving a final proposal from the group around Everett Best. You know, they have a group, the One Caribbean group, and they want to do a small airline, which with at least one jet to begin with. And I'm talking about something like a 737 or something like that.
Giving students as well as the wider Vincentian public the opportunity to explore and highlight scientific innovations and ideas, the 2018 VINLEC National Science Fair was launched here earlier today, Wednesday, January 10th. Nikita Tony tells us more in this report.
The 2018 VINLEC National Science Fair, slated to run from Monday, January 29th to Monday, February 5th, under the theme Go Creative, Do Science, is aimed at showcasing the innovative and creative skills of Vincentians, especially the nation's youth. At the official launch of the event today, Wednesday, January 10th, Senior Education Officer Alia Gums-Dyer thanked all partners for their continued support in carrying out the annual initiative. With some 36 schools taking part in last year's science fair, Gums-Dyer commended the efforts of all education institutions taking part in the 2018 showcase.
Compound the high level of participation, is the fact that a large percentage of the projects presented showed ingenuity and resourcefulness married with dedication. This year, we have set as our target at least a 20% increase in participation. And we are hoping that this year we will also have schools from all the zones in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Speaking on behalf of primary sponsor, the St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited VINLEC, Communications Officer Tamara Drobe-Sprott expressed her company's elation in being able to support the worthwhile initiative.
We like to refer to this as our investment in science and technology education as we seek to develop our country As you would know, our industry is a science-based industry, and so we understand how important it is for us to continue to work to ensure that we all benefit as a nation and, of course, as a company. Persons can always strive to do their very best, and we will work with the ministry to ensure that if there's a project we can push beyond the national level, that we can do that.
Public Relations Officer of the SVG Science Teachers Association, Siritha Hari, applauded the high level of participation displayed by all students and other members of the Vincentian public.
The National Science Fair is a commendable joint initiative which provides a platform for students to display their creativity, ingenuity, and innovativeness through science and technology. I must say that the variety of displays testified to the impressive spectrum of skills and creativity of our young people. We are anticipating an even greater number of entries, not only from students, but participants in the open categories, presenting projects that are intuitive and of a high level of sophistication. I therefore take this opportunity to solicit the support of all schools and the general public as we aim to improve society through innovation and creativity.
The Ministry of Education, along with other stakeholders, invites all interested individuals to take full advantage of the opportunity to showcase their innovations and ideas as they partake in this year's Science and Technology Fair. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
The Kingston Chateaubelair Circuit of the Methodist Church will be hosting the 196th Conference of the Caribbean District of Methodist Churches here in SVG next week. The conference will be held under the theme Renewed in Christ, Committed to the Caribbean, and will take place from the 15th to the 24th, bringing together delegates from across Latin America and the Caribbean as they seek to pave the way forward through their faith. Speaking with SVG-TV News earlier today on the upcoming conference was Superintendent of the Kingston Chateaubelair Circuit of the SVG Methodist Church, Reverend Adolph Davis, who said the conference creates an opportunity for Methodists to be a force of positive change in their respective society.
Methodists from the southern part of the Caribbean, 5 islands, Barbados, Trinidad, Grenada, St. Lucia, and of course St. Vincent, is to look at how as a people, as a church, we can experience greater renewal in Christ, through Christ, be deepened in our faith, in our relationship with the Lord, and through that experience of renewal, become catalysts for a better St. Vincent and a better Caribbean. So we don't understand, and we're not reflecting as a church simply how to be a better church internally. We are really looking to see how we can be better believers to transform the nation and the region. And I don't think there's anyone who will doubt that our region needs transformation, that we can do better and want to see a better region. And so as a church, we are looking at how we can do our part in that process. No doubt others will be trying to do the same, and I believe as we do our part and other denominations do their part, if we are all faithful, man, we will have such a better nation and region. So that is the intention.
Highlighting the activity schedule for the conference, Reverend Davis said persons can look forward to daily worship sessions as well as trial services used to evaluate persons wishing to become ministers. Another event the public can look forward to as part of the activities is an ordination ceremony scheduled for the 16th, which will allow the public to learn more about what inspired persons to become ministers of the church.
7 to 8, and so all are invited to come and share in that. Every afternoon as well, 5:30 to 6, that's a shorter time in worship. Again at Kingston, every afternoon from the 16th to 24th, all are invited. On the Thursday the 18th at Kingston again, because everything is basically centered at Kingston, except the trial services, we have an ordination service. And you know, a lot of times people have asked me, and I've heard people asking other preachers and ministers, what led you to become a minister? At every trial service, we have every ordination service, we have 2 ministers who are going to be ordained, and they're going to tell their story story of why they believe God has called them to become ministers. And I know sometimes people always wonder what led people to become ministers. The ordination service gives that kind of opportunity. It's going to be a wonderful worship time as well.
Steward of the Kingston Chateaubelair Circuit of the Methodist Church, Jacinta James, said the activities are open to the public, adding that the fellowship of Christians from across many islands allows for the strengthening of their faith.
Certainly, because, you know, as Methodists, we are proud of who we are as Christians, first of all. And I think that's one of the things that we need to bear in mind, that first of all, we are Christians. And so having an activity like this where Methodists from throughout the Caribbean and also from the United States would join us, it's an activity for us to see how as a church we are doing, and so that we can know that we are not just alone in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but that there are other people throughout the Caribbean and throughout the world who share a similar faith, and so we can work together to build ourselves spiritually as well as numerically, because we know that there is strength in numbers.
Since its establishment on January 16, 1958, the Mountain View Adventist Academy, the MVAA, has crafted the minds of a number of persons contributing to SVG's development. With 2018 marking its 60th year of existence, the education institution on October 31, 2017 officially commenced a series of activities to celebrate this milestone. A week of activities will be held to culminate the celebration, which is slated to run from Sunday, January 14th to Sunday, January 21st, under the theme 60 Years Celebrating Our Past, Inspiring Our Future. In an interview with SVG-TV News earlier today, a principal of the Mountain View Adventist Academy, Gabriel Bowman, expressed his elation to be part of the institution's milestone celebrations.
Over the years, Mountain View has produced a lot of several outstanding individuals who are currently making significant contributions to the development of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right here in the studio, we have with us one of our past students, Dr. Brendan Richards, dental surgeon. So I'm proud that we have been able to produce individuals who can make positive contributions to the development of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Academically, our school has been doing very well over the years. I'm sure you would have been hearing about Mountain View in the news year after year academically. I'm proud of those achievements.
Bowman went on to highlight the activities to be held during the upcoming week.
Beginning the 14th of January, we will be having a health fair, which would involve, we've invited the entire community, the immediate community and surroundings to come and benefit from this health fair. Monday we'll be having a special assembly where past students, past teachers would also join us in that special assembly. We're also expecting officials from the Ministry of Education. On Tuesday we'll be having an open day. And that's where the past students would put on back their uniform and come back to school. Wednesday, we'll be having a special community outreach activity. We'll be distributing food baskets to needy individuals in the community. And we'll be doing some cleaning up and beautification activities as well in the immediate surroundings nearby the school. Thursday, we have our career health fair. Friday, special chapel service. On Saturdays, which we call Sabbath, which is the Lord's Sabbath, we'll be having a special Thanksgiving service at the Richmond Park Seventh-day Adventist Church, beginning at 9 a.m. And then we have a fun day on Sunday at One Day Recreational Site, most likely Warku.
Chairperson of the 60th Anniversary Celebrations Committee and teacher at the Mountain View Adventist Academy, Lila Bowman, highlighted a number of anniversary items which are available to all past and present students, as well as the general Vincentian public.
Commemorative magazine is $20 per copy. I'm sure our past students particularly will be excited to get a copy. It captures quite a bit about Mountain View in the past. It has various articles written by past principals. It also includes 60 facts representing the 60 years about events which have taken place at Mountain View, successes which we've had, and so on. And we also have polos on sale. This is what one looks like. This is the front a bit, and the back shows our logo for the anniversary celebrations. Our past students are very enthusiastic in the planning, and so in the week coming up, we hope to see many of them visiting the school and taking part in the various activities.